Well, it's another nice day, and someone yesterday suggested I did I've touched on engines before, but just I did a series, and I wasn't really planning on it, but well, it's excuse, isn't it, to sit outside in the sunshine. Hey. Anyway, I was a bit mooching around this afternoon, and one thing I've not done on my lister is to take the top off the float chamber, and it actually came off quite easily in the end. When I did the carburetor, I didn't want to break it, you see. I didn't know how fast it was, and I didn't know something else. I'll show you in a bit. Anyway, what we're talking about today is the fuel air mixture. But what we're trying to do with all this, with engines, well, we're trying to create some energy to do something with. And just to show you energy, I mean, look, we've got that hydrogen bomb in the sky, the sun, haven't we? Got all the energy we need, if only we could harness it. And just to show you this, where are we? Sun. There. Right, the sun's up there. If you concentrate, if I can get my hand out of the way, it'll work. Right, you all know this anyway. It's nothing, is it? Look at that. Can you see? Under there? Look. It sets fire to it. So that's what we're talking about, is energy. I'll put that out the sun. It won't go out the sun. We'll do that. Right, so what do we do to collect this energy? And this is something I've not told you. An engine is a heat converter. It converts heat to mechanical energy. And brakes, by the way, they're a heat converter, and they do the opposite. They convert mechanical energy to heat, and that's what stops your car. Just thought you might like to know that. And I found this piston that I was looking for yesterday to demonstrate what we're trying to do. So that's connected, obviously, to your crankshaft, which goes round, and that goes up and down, and you get a gas in there, and you compress it, and then you ignite it, and it burns and expands rapidly and forces the piston down, and that's how you get your energy. So what we're trying to do now, again, we're talking about, it's the same on all engines, but unlike ignition, which is a bit more complex, a bit more variable, it still needs varying, but we are talking again about pre-electronic engines, right? Now that's carburetor of a small engine, and you will see on that there are two butterflies to restrict the air. That's one, and that is the other one. Oh, can you see it? Yeah, I think you can. I think you can see it there. Right. So what you do when the engine's running, you open that, and that increases the air going into the engine, and in the middle is a venturi which speeds the air up, and it draws air through a small hole. It sucks it up. That sucks the petrol up and mixes it. Now I can show you better on my lister, because as I say, I've managed to get the top off the float chamber today, and so I can show you on that a lot better, because this has a mixture, as I showed you the other day. Right, so this is the first time. It's quite clean in there. I didn't expect it quite to clean, but that's the float, look. The reason there's a float, it's got to keep the petrol at a certain level when the engine's running. If I hold that down, that fills up. You can probably see it's filling up, right? And while we've got this off, because there isn't a notch on there, I can undo it to show you very easily. As I said, this engine runs on a mixer, not you know, the air is drawn in the bottom, right? So why do you need choke when you start an engine? Well, because the air's cold, there's too much of it, and the air fuel mixture needs to be 14.7 to 1. Right. Let me just set the camera down. And I want to tell you that again because this is important, right? This is important. The air fuel mixture needs to be 14.7 to 1. And when an engine idling, that is about exactly what it is. Now, we were talking about 2 advanced spark and that yesterday, weren't we? And 2 retarded spark. Well, I can actually demonstrate this on my engine. So there's the needle valve look that lets a certain amount of petrol in compared to the air that's going in, which is fixed because the engine's running at 1 speed. So I'm just going to put that there, and I'll put the top on. It'll run perfectly alright without it, but I will in fact screw the top on, right? And it doesn't need to be very tight, but we do need to get it started. There we are. Yeah, it's going on. Oh. I need my other hand. Twiddle that, yes, you can see. Right, I'll just tighten that fraction because I'm not expecting to take it off again. Yeah, that's gone there. There we are, it's tight enough for this. I'll have to just tighten it a fraction at the end. So, you now know that you can adjust the mixture on this, and it needs to be about 14.7 to 1. And so, for starting, I will hold the camera for doing this again. We've got enough fuel in there, we know that. It's quite a warm day. Turn it back on compression and I'll see if it starts. If not, now the choke on this engine, on that other one, is to richen the mixture. On this engine there's a flap under there, and if you hold that down it shuts the air off when you richen the mixture for starting. But it's quite a hot day and I think we can manage. We'll try it. See, I've got to try one-handed again and just see if we can manage this. Let's have a go. Oh no, I think I'm going to need 2 hands today. I didn't do it fast enough to get the flywheel spinning fast enough. Let me just stand the camera down to spin it over, because we might have to spin it a time or 2. Right, if I move that brush there. Right, I'm trying to do this again in real time to give you a real experience, right? A real time experience. Now, there we are. You can, yeah, you can see a bit there, I'm sure. Right, let's have another go. Oh, got more compression than yesterday. Or I'm weaker. There we are. We're away. Right. You can hear it 8-stroking. And you can see the smoke coming out. Well, that's because it's too rich a mixture. So we weaken it off. Just let it settle for a minute. Right, now that now is running at 17 to 1 because it's running every compression. I've left it weak. There we are. See what happens. Too weak now. Right, that's running too weak. It won't actually run at that. As I said, this is a good engine to demonstrate on because you can alter the mixture and the speed, of course. So that's still a little bit too weak, look. So we're ripping it a bit more. It's still slightly weak. So ripping it a bit more. A little bit more. I'll just try to speed the job up a little bit. There we are. There we are. You can hear it speed up slightly. And I can almost now guarantee that that's still not quite. But that fuel air mixture, 14.7 parts air to 1 petrol between in that engine. I've shown you how it mixes it sucks it out, that narrows down, you can actually see. That goes into a Venturi effect there. And the petrol comes up the bottom, their pipe, and the air going in goes faster than there, and it sucks the petrol, mixes it and sends it into the engine. Yeah, I think that's about the best demonstration I can give you of it. So, you know, that's not bad, is it? Right, I think that'll be long enough, and I hope it just helps, as usual, just helps the couple, maybe. So, thanks for, oh, who told me? Anyway, someone suggested I did a series, and that's really the second part of it, isn't it? Because there's two things that matter: ignition and air fuel mixture. But of course, there's something else very important, and I don't know how I can demonstrate that, and that's compression. I may be able to do by taking one of them rams to pieces and engineer something. We'll see. Right, hope you enjoyed that.